Hello everyone and welcome to the Willow Witch Tarot channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We are going to do a reading on what do you need to know for this equinox season. So this can apply whether you're in the northern hemisphere as I am and we've just entered into the fall equinox, or if you are in the southern hemisphere and are entering into the spring equinox or the vernal equinox. So whichever one applies for you, we will do a reading just about what you need to know for the equinox that you are in right now. And if you're coming to this at a different time of year, feel free to apply it to the next upcoming equinox season for you. Okay, so pile number 1, you have the card Middle World, number 36. Pile number 2, you have the card The Giveaway, number 23. And pile number 3, you have the card The Sun, number 53. Okay, so you may already know which pile or piles you are drawn to. Please feel free to click on the timestamp below for the pile that you would like to watch today. There will be timestamps linked in the description box below, as well as a pinned comment, and I will see you in your pile soon. Please note we will be using 3 different tarot decks today, one for each pile, so you may also find that you're drawn to a particular tarot deck, and you can certainly use that as a nod to your intuition as to which pile to watch or piles to watch today. Okay, and I'll see you soon in your reading. Okay, pile number 1, hello and welcome to your reading today. So we are asking, what do you need to know? What is this equinox season bringing in for you? And we're starting out with this Middle World card. And this card can talk about 2 different concepts. One is that you can accomplish so many things with ease right now because you're able to pull in both the future and the past into your present in order to learn from the past and to kind of almost have a bit of a precognition about what is coming in the future and how to do things in your present, how to engineer what's happening in this little bubble of your present so that your future essentially turns out the way that you desire. The other concept is that sometimes what we're trying to accomplish in this future, or sorry, in this present little bubble of time here, may be being delayed simply because the conditions surrounding our present, essentially the conditions in the heavens, as this card says, are not quite right yet. And so this card will encourage you to call upon help from the upper realms or from the heavenly realms. So we're going to get a little bit more into your reading and kind of see what message a little more specifically is coming from that card for you today. So we have Regenerate, Morel. We have She is Moonlight Shy, number 42. That's from the beautiful Solitary Witch deck. We have Inner Truths, number 16. And we have Slow Down, Pause and Allow Things to Unfold. This is also number 9. So you guys might be seeing a lot of number 9s here with these 2 9s already coming out in your reading. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of your tarot cards here, because I'm seeing a few different ways that this interpretation can go. Curious to see what your tarot are going to say about this equinox time for you, pile number 1. The Tower, okay. That makes a lot of sense with this inner truths and slow down and regenerate as well. This is definitely going to be a powerful time. Oh yeah, the Fool and the 10 of Coins, beautiful. This is going to be a very good time for you to go through a transition where you might be starting really new things that I feel like you've actually been quite shy about beginning. And part of that may be that you've kind of known that it wasn't quite the right time just yet, but as you move into this equinox season more fully, you're going to be given, I think, a bit of a nudge. It's going to become really, really obvious to you, especially, this card always gives me that really strong sense that not only are you getting information when you slow down, such as when you sleep, when you meditate, but that you're going to be given an opportunity from your external circumstances to slow down. So that might be going on a vacation, that might be you have some time off, maybe some holiday time. Of course, a lot of us going into the autumn equinox time frame, we will be having some holiday time. Let's get a couple more cards here just to see what other, seeing this one here too. Strength, yeah. Look at her wrestling this alligator here. This alligator lion. It's such an interesting image. So, getting these last two, okay. And then we'll take a look at everything together. 4 of Cups and Queen of Coins, yeah. Okay, let's make sure you can see everything here. Yeah, so you're coming out very strongly. You might be going through a little bit of a, you have to face some of your fears here, wrestle these crocodiles, these lions within you. And I do see that there may be a brief period of time where you're maybe a bit torn. You're looking at your options and you actually haven't seen the best one yet, because in this card here, this character here is looking at these 3 types of cups, and yet they seem, it's really interesting, right? Because they seem all gilded and gold and beautiful and decorated, and yet there's this plain cup behind the figure in this window with this songbird, trying to catch the figure's attention and say, hey, this is the cup that you're actually seeking. This is, I'm getting the very strong message. This is like the cup of truth. This is the opportunity that resonates with your soul. All that's gold, all that glitters is not gold, right? Like, I feel like almost like these are false gold in a way. So I'm not sure what that might resonate with for you in your life. Everyone coming to this reading is going to be a little different, but I feel like there's going to be, especially with this Tower and this Fool and this Regenerate, there's going to be a brand new opportunity coming in for you during this fall equinox season that's going to lead to great prosperity with this Queen of Coins, this 10 of Coins, even the Strength card. It's going to turn your world around in some way, and I'm getting very much the financial and abundant way, and that you might be thinking of some options or some choices right now, but there's going to be an opportunity to turn towards one that maybe at first glance didn't seem like it would be the answer, but it's going to actually turn out to be the one, the best opportunity for you, the one that you are going to realize is calling to your heart song in a way. And I think some of this too is you getting more in touch with these inner truths, whether that is through dreams, meditation, going on a retreat, getting a chance to step away from kind of your normal life and get a better perspective on everything that's truly, truly important to you, that truly matters in a way that goes beyond money, goes beyond prosperity, and goes more into, I'm getting the word connection. You know, mushrooms are extremely connected with these roots here in this middle world card, and the way that mushrooms help the whole forest to connect and talk. You know, all the trees connect through this mycelium network of underground mushroom. Essentially, it's like a big mushroom computer system or brain or internet, however you want to kind of think about it. And so all of the trees can communicate and talk to each other through this network. And I'm feeling like for you, whatever change this is, whatever new unseen, you know, previously unseen opportunity that's coming in for you during the autumn equinox, the essence of it is that it will provide you with this sense of connection. So that might mean that you feel like you are contributing in a meaningful way to everyone else and everything else in the world. You know, maybe you're bringing something into being that will benefit others and will benefit the environment, or will benefit, you know, even just one person has a trickle out effect, right? And perhaps it's going to also allow you, you know, for some of you, I'm getting that it'll allow you to be, to sponsor like nonprofits or organizations that you believe in, to be a philanthropist, or to put together a fund, you know, maybe to give people scholarships to learn, or to, you know, go on adventures that benefit them and the rest of humanity, you know, maybe to even explore new discoveries in medicine or space or whatever it might be that can then bring back benefits to others. So really interesting. That's a different path than most of my readings take, but yeah, really, really beautiful. So I think I will get just a couple more tarot cards to see if there's any final advice for you here. You know, some of the advice we've already gotten is to slow down, right? Get in touch with that inner truth. I haven't gotten a ton. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll take, yeah, that one was clearly meant for you. We'll take those two. So I haven't gotten a ton of messages from this card yet, and I'm curious to know if there might be a little bit coming from these cards. The Hanged Man and the Devil. Okay. So the first thing that I notice here is that this windy path here reminds me a little bit, you know, kind of looks similar to me to this windy snake in the Devil card. And of course, the Devil card talks a lot about our fears and what traps us and what holds us back. And this she is moonlight shy, and the figure here kind of being a little bit wary about stepping out onto this moonlit path, you know, and with the Hanged Man showing up, I do get a sense that there has been some hesitation here for you around something. You know, with these being really big cards, right, the major arcana, it does feel like it could relate to something pretty significant, whether that's something that happened in your past that you're now working through, some shadowy aspects of, you know, maybe healing from, maybe working through some blocks that you put up to protect yourself that now are being encouraged to come tumbling down in a healthy way, to open you up to new experiences, to a new type of light and magic coming into your life. Yeah, there's definitely an encouraging message here from the universe to allow this transformation to happen. You know, even if it seems big and scary and bold, and even if it feels a little bit out of the blue and almost like your hand is being forced a bit, you're being encouraged to not resist, to go with the flow, to allow the winds of change to sweep into your life. You know, the equinoxes are often associated with wind, with that air power, that air element, you know, blowing through. You know, we have sayings about spring cleaning, right? And then autumn is often a very windy time in a lot of parts of the world. And it can lend that feeling of newness, of, you know, the old being pushed out, you know, the cobwebs being cleared, new air, new life, new opportunity coming in. And so that's a very strong feeling here for you. And I see you, you know, welcoming this. This is, you know, there's very much a feeling of this figure looking into the future, looking up, you know, being excited about the new opportunities that are sweeping into your world. And just as a reminder too, you know, don't forget they're leading to a lot of prosperity, a lot of feeling very confident and comfortable with yourself. So allow this change to sweep in and take place. Okay, pile one. So beautiful reading. I hope that reading resonated with you. If it did, if you enjoyed it, please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. All of those things, of course, help all of us on YouTube here to continue posting the videos that we do. And I can't wait to read for you again in the future. Pile one, have a wonderful equinox season, and I hope to see you again. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, pile two, welcome to your reading. So we are asking, what is the equinox bringing in to your life? What do you need to know for this equinox season? And we're starting off here with this beautiful card, the giveaway. I don't think I've ever pulled this card in a reading here on YouTube, and it's such a good reminder of a couple different things that we know logically, but we tend to forget in here with our heart. And one is just the simple practice of gratitude, right? Not just the concept, not just understanding the benefits of gratitude, but the actual practice of like saying what you're grateful for, expressing gratitude out loud to the people in your life who bring so much into your life, who you receive from. Even just expressing gratitude for those, you know, inanimate things that we have, like a roof over your head, you know, if you're so lucky to have a house, right? Expressing gratitude, food, clothing, warmth, shelter, you know, whatever it might be, right? So very simple, of course, but so incredibly powerful, and so much of the magic that we seek in our everyday life is essentially given to us through the act of being grateful for those things, like recognizing how much we already have. You know, we tend to be very focused as humans on seeking and kind of, you know, continuing to raise the bar, right? But so much of what we have right now in our lives, our past selves were seeking and would have been so grateful just to have what we currently have, right? So after that little reminder there, the other aspect of this card that whenever I pull it, it reminds me of is just to give to yourself first, right? It's hard to be grateful and to give gratitude with an open heart and an open mind if you are feeling like an empty well, okay? So self-love, self-care, being grateful towards yourself as well, and allowing yourself to renew and regenerate and rejuvenate when you need to, okay? And recognizing that is a skill. So let's see what else your oracles hold. So we have ritual, elder, beautiful. That's very much about taking care of yourself as well, taking care of your health, maybe even doing rituals for your health, like a warm bath. The maiden and the imbolc lamb, number 20. Beautiful card there. Be gentle with yourself, master number 33. And that also, of course, adds up to 6, which is all about love and self-love. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. Yeah, there's such a strong message coming through for you, pile number 2, about you. Hang on just one second, I apologize. Okay, sorry for that little interruption. I just needed to drink some water, and I feel like that's relevant here with our message of receiving. So allowing yourself when you need whatever it is, help, when you need love, when you need care, when you need time, when you need alone time, whatever it might be, allowing yourself to receive that gift, whether that gift is coming from others directly, or if it's a gift that you give to yourself, or if it is something that comes from the universe, okay? It does feel like there's a message here about the universe wanting to give to you. I'm almost seeing this little lamb like a gift that the universe is trying to give to you, and you're kind of walking past and not really seeing. It's almost as if you look at that lamb and you're like, oh, that's somebody else's lamb, and they're gonna come get it, and that's fine. Oh, I wish I had a cute little lamb, but this one isn't mine, and that's okay. And you just walk by, and that's great if that is somebody else's lamb, but I'm getting the message that in this situation, the universe is actually like, no, this is a gift for you. And, there's all these signs for you that this is actually for you to receive. And of course, the lamb is symbolic here, right? I doubt very much that most of you are actually receiving a lamb from the universe. Maybe. Let me know if I'm wrong. But the message that's coming through is that there's something that's very much for you, and the universe is putting in front of you, or will be in this equinox season. And this is a reminder, you coming here and watching this reading right now is the universe communicating with you to open your hand and receive this. Believe that it's for you. Look at all of this symbolism here of reaching out with open hands and allowing gifts from the universe. Here's a sun, here's a snowflake, really beautiful, perfectly formed snowflake, a little miracle, right? Falling right into this person's hand. So very, very strong symbolism here to receive, right? And then with the elder, there's a lot of mythology going back, hundreds and thousands of years about the elder tree and the elderberry being a gift from the gods for the health of people, right? And we still use elderberries to this day in a lot of cold prevention, alternative therapies for immune treatments. I just had a little hiccup there, so that's like a reinforcement for me from my spirit guide saying that is true. It's a true message somebody really needed to hear. So something about maybe somebody needs to take some elderberry for their health. So if you've been feeling that already, or if that resonates for you, then maybe that's a sign for you to receive the gift of elderberries for your health as well. And I also was just noticing here that we have a 33 and then a 34. So those numbers might be significant to you. Maybe you've been seeing 333s, or like I'm getting like 345. We've got 23, 3, 4. This adds up to 5. So I don't know what it is about those. Oh, wow. Joy just popping right out of the deck there. 3 of Cups. Beautiful. It does feel like these cards are really wanting to talk. We've got 14, Balance. This one is the Temperance card in a more traditional deck. Wow. The Magician, the Shaman in this deck. Seeing this one. Wow, you guys. The Ancestor, the Hierophant. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get just a couple. Okay, we've got 2 cards here. So, and I'm feeling like this one too. Yeah, okay, the Wheel. Beautiful. All right, let's make a little more room here for your cards. They're very much all wanting to chime in and talk. Oh, how beautiful. Okay. I think we can fit this one right up here. Okay, so these last few cards here that came out are the 9 of Bows, which in this deck has the keyword of respect. This would be the 9 of Wands in a traditional deck. And then we have the King of Vessels, or the King of Cups, which is symbolized by a heron here, and the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So you guys, wow. Really beautiful cards coming out for you. It does feel like there are gifts here, like more than just one. You know, this 3 of Vessels, it's giving me this feeling of multiple things that you'll be celebrating, that you'll be joyful about. And I am just noticing the similarity between the birds here on these 2 cards. And with this King of Cups coming out here, you know, for some of you, definitely this could be about partnership, about somebody coming into your life, or a current relationship, about being open to the gifts that are coming to you through relationship. Maybe a particular relationship, maybe a few different relationships like friendships or family relationships. But, you know, we've got this Balance card here as well, with these 2 dragons twining around this birch tree. And, you know, birch symbolizes new beginnings. But I have this strong feeling here too that this is something that goes back, with the way that these dragons are intertwined, and it almost looks like it goes down into the roots of the tree for some reason. It feels like this is something that's, you know, maybe brand new in this lifetime, and it may have roots to the past, but it also may be something that began a while ago, you know, even if it's something that went through a different transition. Maybe you lost touch, or you know, it's coming back around, or it's just gone through a lot of different stages of development in this relationship, in this lifetime or a previous one. So something there about coming more into balance, and this being something to be very much celebrated. It does feel like there's something coming through. It does feel like some sort of ancestral gift coming through for you here, with the Shaman and the Ancestor coming out right next to each other. I think it's something that is going to bring you, it feels like there will be a change, something that's coming around to you in your fortune. Okay, bear with me as I muddle through this. I always get more like feelings and clairsentience, and then I have to translate it into, sometimes I get phrases, but sometimes I have to translate it, and this is coming through as a feeling. So the feeling is that something is cycling around, right? It's almost like it was previously out of your reach, and now it's cycling into your hands, literally coming in within your grasp. It's just going to fall down, as if it's like, as if this big wheel was turning and it was resting on top, and you're standing below the wheel, and as the wheel turns, it comes around and it just falls down right into your hands. Now you have the ability to catch this, right? And I do think that it is something, it's almost like it's coming down to you from the ancestral realms, something that you have been manifesting. Yeah, it's like, not only will it give you respect, so I do feel like it's somehow related to your standing within a community, whether that's like a work community, a community of your peers. For some of you, this could be related to a relationship going to a new level. And I get this really strong sense that it's, if it is having to do with a relationship, it's you connecting and joining with somebody who other people look at your bond, your connection, and almost like a sense of reverence is had. Like, people revere your bond together, and essentially what you're coming together in this really beautiful, balanced, powerful way does in the world. What your presence is in the world, the impact that you have together. And this could definitely relate to a work situation as well, where you're coming into a position of authority, of esteem, where people look at you as some sort of teacher or leader or guide, a visionary perhaps as well, who, through your knowledge or your expertise or your experience, or maybe all three, you have the ability to lead change and to teach others in a way where they become leaders and become respected as well. It feels like you're the recipient of something here, but then you take that and you turn that wheel. You're able to pass that on in beneficial ways around you and to others and out into the world, in a way that, it's like it's going to bring you great self-respect. That's the word, self-respect as well. I feel like you're turning into this really beautiful, magnificent, a lot of people look at the heron and see a powerful symbol of spiritual connection and knowledge and guidance, and it's like a sign from the gods that there's a presence there. It's a connection between us and their realm, right? That kind of like sky realm of gods, if that's how you see it. So I'm definitely getting the message that you may be getting feathers as a symbol during this equinox time, and those feathers are a nod that you are essentially taking those steps on that path, and also a reminder to open yourself to receive, to open your eyes and your mind to what might be happening around you in that moment when you receive that feather, to receive insights and to allow yourself to perhaps be led a bit as well. This ancestor card also relates to I guess a goddess figure. Not sure if goddess is quite the right term, but Ellen of the Ways is a figure in Celtic mythology that would appear to those who were seeking a path, seeking a way to spiritual, spiritual knowledge, spiritual insights, to finding their own way in the world, to perhaps breaking a path through, in my mind, I'm seeing like a dense forest where not many feet have tread, right? Not many people have gone before. And Ellen of the Ways appearing to show the path through the forest in such a way that others might follow in your footsteps without having to be able to see that spiritual guide. It's as if you're almost able to be the go-between between this new path to tread and this new way to like follow the light or find the light, and then others can follow you even if they're not able to almost like hear directly from spirit, spirit's guidance. If they're not able to actually hear spirit's guidance, they can still follow you and get the same types of benefits and learning, and eventually find their own way to perhaps being able to hear directly from spirit. But it's as if you're able to kind of help ease people into that transition that may not have found their way there otherwise. Okay, so that was that was a little bit of a channeled message there, maybe a bit specific for somebody or some people watching here, but let's go ahead and just grab a couple more cards for you, pile number 2, and we'll just ask so that we can see if there's any other specific advice for you for this equinox season. And there we go. Okay. Oh, wow. So we have, wow. Okay. So we have the stag. I mean, yeah, we've already been talking a lot about a stag-like figure, but this is the card of courage or strength in a traditional deck. And look at this beautiful embossed shield here that has the tree of life with the full branches reaching up into the heavens, connecting to that spiritual knowledge, that spiritual realm. And then the roots, rooting down, connecting you to the earth. And I do feel like you're acting as this go-between, and it may take some courage to do this, but it does feel like you're leading the charge, you're leading the way, carving your way through and connecting. You're the bridge here between that spiritual knowledge and bringing others into this type of learning and enlightenment and path forward in a healthy way that they may not have found otherwise. The Wanderer, kind of the same message I'm getting here with the rainbow bridge. I mean, that looks like an impossible bridge for most people to walk, right? And yet here you are just fearlessly leaping ahead, literally dancing across this chasm on a rainbow, right? So how many people could do that, right? So I do feel like it's your unique gifts. Open yourself to receiving them, open yourself to taking that leap, taking that risk into something that others might look at and say is impossible. And yet you have this, when you quiet down and listen to your heart, your intuition, you feel this tug, this pull to go ahead and just do it. Do it. Allow yourself to go for it. You are hearing that and feeling that for a reason. And then with this 3 of Stones, creativity, again, I mean, I feel like it's the same exact message coming through. It's really interesting. I'm just seeing the same thing over and over. It feels like you're this bridge. You're rooted down, but you're also receiving creativity, creative light, spiritual guidance from everything around you. It's as if you're able to touch this stone, this archway here, this gateway into other realms, and absorb that knowledge, that insight. It's as if I feel like this figure is giving me that feeling of like touching something and being able to see everywhere it's been and everywhere it's going all at once in one flash of intuition and insight. So maybe somebody here has that ability. I forget what it's called, but it's where you can like touch an object and you can sense its energies, and you kind of know like who's owned it or what it's gone through, or where it came from, who made it, various different things. It's as if you can get that kind of psychic knowledge off of the residual energies in or on that object. And so with this, it feels like you're able to do that with nature. So perhaps getting out into nature is going to be really important for you during this equinox as well, to get some of those insights and to see that path ahead that you are being guided to open to receive. Yeah, I just had a little hiccup, so that's like a confirmation for me from my guides that that's true. So yeah, get out into nature sometime this equinox, pile number 2, and ask for guidance, ask for signs, ask to be shown the way if you are not sure. You know, if you see something that you aren't sure if it's for you or not, ask for some clarity, ask to be shown a sign if it is for you or not. It feels like a lot of things are going to be for you this season, but yeah, okay. I think we'll go ahead and end your reading right here. My beautiful pile 2. What a gorgeous, gorgeous time in your life you're coming into. Definitely a lot of positive change coming into your life and a lot of joy, so, and a lot of healing as well. All right, pile 2, thank you so much for joining me here today for this equinox reading. If you liked it, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All of those things help me and any other YouTube tarot reader that you want to support. Those types of things help all of us to keep posting these readings for you. So, all right, pile 2, have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to see you again in another reading in the future. Take care. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your autumn equinox or spring equinox, depending on where you are in the world. But welcome to your equinox reading. We are asking, what do you need to know for this equinox? What is being brought in for you during this equinox season? And with you guys starting out with this beautiful sun card, I mean, look at the just magic and like the light and power coming off of this card is truly something to behold. And yet it's so fascinating because the sun card has a lot of darkness in it too. And this card actually asks us, with this moon here too, it asks us to remember to not forget about the night, to not forget about the darkness, right? So don't become overly enamored of the bright and shiny things in the daylight. You know, also appreciate the coolness, the reflection time, the introspective time of the night of the moon. Okay, so there might be a message there for you guys as we kind of come into this equinox season. You know, the autumn equinox and the spring, the vernal equinox are both times in most places of the world. In fact, I think maybe in all places of the world, correct me if I'm wrong, where both day and night are equal. So we have 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of moonlight. And, you know, that's an interesting time to receive this message of, are you allowing for that balance, right? So let's see what else your oracle cards have here. Ephemeral. Daylily. Very interesting that we have day in there, but that it's ephemeral, you know, comes and goes, right? Day and night. You guys are actually the only pile that got 2 of these cards, which was really interesting. Nearing sky clad. Oh wow, her herb garden. So look at this too. We've got this contrast here as well between our night and our day. Very different imagery on these 2 cards. Love those synchronicities. Illumination, another 2. You guys might be seeing a lot of 2s and 4s, I'm hearing. Maybe 6s as well. Look to your inner strength. Yeah, beautiful. There's definitely a message coming through here. Oh wow, and this is number 11. It's a master number, adds up to number 2 as well. So this card here says you are stronger than you realize. And okay, so there's a very specific message coming through that may not apply to everyone, but I am getting a strong message to say for someone here that during the summer, or wherever you are in the world, take this as it resonates, but I'm getting this specific message that during the summer, during this last season, there may have been someone in your life who you almost put on a pedestal in a way and really looked at as this beautiful, shining example of, maybe it's somebody that you are involved with in a relationship, or somebody you look up to in a like a mentor capacity, or at work, or in your life, that like in your community, or even a figure in like a famous writer or something like that. But somebody that you've been looking up to almost in a overly positive, overly sunny way. You've really only been seeing their positive qualities, and they've almost become blown out of proportion in a way, is the message that's coming through. Please don't shoot the messenger. But the message is to balance that out a little bit. You're being encouraged to not lose sight of your own magnificence and your own glory and your own value. You might feel like you can't compare, and the message coming through very strongly is that is not true, that you have just as much worth, just as much value as this other person. No matter, you may put different value on different things. Like, for example, if somebody's a well-known published writer and makes a living doing that, you may look up to them and say, well, I'm not that, so how can I possibly compare myself to that and say I'm just as, great a person. And what we're really talking about here, and what your guides want you to just call back into perspective, is that you have inherent value no matter what you have or have not accomplished in this lifetime, no matter how other people, value those accomplishments, or, any of those kind of superficial external things. Within you as a person, you are valuable, and just to not lose sight of that, right? So look to your inner strength. There is a message here of, there is definitely a message of some sort of ascension in something, and I feel like it's a skill that you are cultivating, with her herb garden coming through here and nearing sky cloud. I feel like you're getting nearer to something it's almost like it makes you shiny, like it shines off your skin because you enjoy it and love it so much that when you do it, whether it's like a physical skill, or if it's something that you are transmitting knowledge, whatever it might be, when you do this thing, you are illuminated from within. It's as if you shine out from, it's as if you have this star or the sun at your core, and you just emanate this light, you glow. Yeah, I'm really getting such a beautiful vision of somebody just like up on stage singing and just glowing so brightly that people looking at them they're almost too bright to look at, and yet they can't look away. It's just so attractive. Okay, really interesting messages coming through there for you, pile number 3. So I'd love to hear how they are resonating. If they are, feel free to comment below. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle again. and then we will start to ask for some cards here from this beautiful Light Seers deck that you were drawn to as well. I feel like this card, the Lovers, beautiful. Yeah, I feel like somebody else is going to be seeing your light. I mean, Two of Cups, yeah. Someone else is going to be drawn to that beautiful creative spirit and light here, whether that's a love interest or, you know, it could be a friend, it could be someone offering you an opportunity. Let's get one more card here. Feeling this one here. King of Pentacles. Wow. So we do have a pair here, King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, with this Two of Swords in the middle. So interesting. Yeah. I'm curious to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords. Okay. So this is going to, whatever confusion there is here, it may be around a relationship. This may have been going on where, yeah, there might be somebody that you've been interested in. You might have put them on a pedestal, or, you know, maybe it's vice versa. They might have put you on a pedestal. Maybe you both have put each other on a pedestal and you've been hesitant or nervous or like tongue-tied and unable to approach them, or vice versa. I do feel like you'll be getting with that Ace of Swords that showed up on the bottom of the deck. There's going to be something that essentially like cuts through this blindfold. In fact, I'm feeling like I should put that card here. Yeah, I feel like in the autumn equinox time, excuse me, just had a little hiccup, so that definitely reinforces that for me. This almost like mental block is going to be it's going to turn into this like light of clarity, this understanding coming in, this breaking through of any confusion, any delay. So if that has meaning for you in a love relationship, it does feel like there will be a breakthrough, insight, clarity, communication as well in this month. Oh, interesting. I'm saying month. So maybe it is happening within this next month or within a month from when you're watching this reading. But yeah, within this equinox period, this very much does seem to be talking about some sort of coming together in a very creative and passionate way. Something that's, yeah, it feels like it can be celebrated in this almost childlike, exuberant way, which is interesting because both of these characters are very mature and kind of stoic. So you might be coming back to a sense of childlike wonder or joy in a relationship, perhaps in another working partnership or a creative pursuit with yourself. You might be rejoining with a pursuit that lights you up, that perhaps you lost touch with, and as a child it was something that you thought you would do. You know, you looked at your future. I'm getting this vision of like a little kid looking up at a moon or stars, thinking about their future, envisioning what they're going to be doing that's going to bring them joy and fulfillment. And yeah, it's like they're looking at their future as how do I get to play every day doing what I love in the future? And they're imagining all these dreams. And I apologize for the barking noise if you can hear that. I might have to pause the video in a moment if they don't quiet down. But yeah, it's as if you're able to reconnect with that during this equinox. It may be a creative pursuit that you're returning to. It may be a dream of, you know, finding somebody that you just instantly bond with. It may be doing something in your career that, yeah, it's as if you can turn your work into play. So you may be working towards this during the equinox. I can see that some of you may be going back to school or taking classes to work towards this dream. You might find a way to organize or balance your classes that helps them to feel more like play or a different perspective from which to approach them. You might also be like past your kind of more mundane classes and getting into classes that really truly interest you, and that's really exciting. You might also meet somebody through some sort of learning or academic endeavor. Could even just be taking a workshop or something in your community, like a yoga class or something like that. So, all right, I'm going to pause the video for just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, that should be a little quieter now. Sorry for that interruption. But let's go ahead and just ask for just 2 or 3 more cards for any further advice or guidance for this equinox for our beautiful pile number 3. What else might you need to know? What's going to help you in this season? Wow. 9 of Wands, Hierophant. I'm feeling this card as well. Ah, that Empress. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Look at this joy. There's such a strong message coming through here to allow yourself to feel this joy. Allow yourself to feel this childlike, whatever this is, this energy that's connecting you to this childlike sense of wonder or joy that's coming in during this equinox. Don't be too guarded against it, okay? Allow yourself to open up to it. Allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to be creative and abundant and fertile in the way that your imagination can lead you on this incredible adventure. It can bring you, allow yourself to have like that crazy imagination that little kids do, right? Where they talk about building a rocket ship in their backyard and taking off on amazing adventures across the galaxy and returning before dinner time, right? Like just like crazy stories of wild and wonderful and magical things. Like allow yourself to go there, and you might be surprised at what actually becomes possible. Look at this figure here that has the worlds in their belly, right? Like this, it's not actually like, we wouldn't say, oh, okay, yeah, you can like give birth to the world. Well, this figure is. So I feel like there's some sort of symbolic significance there for you, where you're going to be birthing something, creating something, giving life to something during this equinox that feels almost like, if you were to look at it, 3 months ago, 3 days ago, it might have felt completely unrealistic and just crazy. But you allowed yourself to dream, and to dream big, and to dream joyfully. And you can do it. You're able to do this thing that you thought was impossible, and it connects you to a childhood dream in some way. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, allow yourself to go there. Okay. All right, pile number 3. So it's a beautiful reading. I'm still filled with that like childlike like joy and exuberance. So I hope that you're feeling some of that too, and I'm very excited for you for your equinox time. And I would love to hear any feedback, comments. If you liked it, please go ahead and like it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a great way to support me and other YouTube readers, is just by subscribing, liking videos, commenting, wherever you feel inclined to give back and share. We all really, really appreciate that. So, all right, beautiful. I almost said beautiful readers, so some of you might be tarot readers also, but beautiful listeners and watchers today for pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to read for you again. Take care.